It's been quite the year for music, 2024, and I figured I'd share my top 15 favorite albums so far. I'm gonna speedrun most of them because I like to keep my videos short. I have a lot of others that was painful not to add here. More specifically, Adrian Linker's Bright Future and MGMT's Loss of Life. Number 15, Joanna Wang, Hotel La Rotte. Look at this album cover. Like, just from the album cover, you can tell you're in for a trip. If you haven't checked it out and you're into like indie, if you're into art pop, if you're into all that sorts of stuff, it's highly recommended. It's super fun. Favorite tracks on here, Strange Beast is my favorite out of all the songs. If it's bolded and italic, that's my absolute favorite. Contraband is really good as well, even though it's such a short track. But yeah, Hotel La Rotte, great album, definitely worth a listen. Please check it out. Next, we have Vampire Weekend, Only God Was Above Us. This was great, man. Like, I've never heard a Vampire Weekend album, by the way. This is my introduction to them. It was getting a lot of praise, so I heard it, and I fucking loved it. It's really good. The production is so crisp, it's so clean. So if you're into Vampire Weekend, let me know what other albums to check out, and I will check them out. My favorite, absolute favorite one is the intro, but a lot of other great songs, especially Classical and Gen X Cops. This isn't in order, by the way, like from worst to best. Only the top 5 is, but the rest, no. I just had to get that out of the way. Next, we have Remy Wolf, Big Ideas. I really wasn't expecting to love this album the way I do. It is filled with fucking banger after banger. It's crazy, like she just doesn't miss for 14 tracks straight. Super fun, like really fucking fun. Remy's voice is really great. The production is really good. It's such a trip. Definitely check it out. I did put Motorcycle, but it low-key might be Cherries and Cream. Literally every song on here is so fucking fun. Please check it out if you haven't. I'm actually pretty upset that this album came out and people loved it for a week and then pushed it to the side. Like, I still think it's great. I still think it deserves a lot more praise than it's gotten. Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips. Favorite tracks, I still am an addict to pop. Like, it's so fucking good. The guitar riff is sick as hell. Schoolboy Q's flow and his aggression is nasty as fuck. Speaking of nasty, Rico Nasty kills it in this song. That was a horrible joke, oh my god. There's other great songs on here, like Thank God For Me, Lovebirds. I also didn't include Nunu, which I also really like, and Time Killers. Next, we have Vince Staples, Dark Times. Vince is at an all-time peak writing-wise, and I genuinely think this is his best album to date. Like, out of anything else that he's put out, the production is so nice. It's very pretty and eerie in a way. Also reminds me of Earl's I Don't Like Shit, and I think that's just the cover. It's just the cover. Black and Blue. I also really like Radio, and the third one that I can't pronounce, Itafi or something like that. Next, we have Claro, the Claro car, Charm. Because Third Lux, the Charm. Am I right? Is that why she called it that? Really love the shift that she made with Sling, the quieter tone, the jazzier tone, the piano, the little ballads. It's really fucking good. And Charm just feels like Sling, there's just more in the production, and it's happier. It's a lot nicer than Sling. That's not to say Sling was bad. Joni is one of my favorite songs ever, but Terrapin is probably my favorite Clairo song of all time. Echo is really good as well, and so is Nomad. That is such a good intro. Next, we have The Last Dinner Party, Prelude to Ecstasy. Mirror is my favorite outro of 2024 in an album. I don't know anything about this group though. Like, this is the only album. I'm pretty sure this is their debut. But yeah, great indie record. Check it out if you haven't. I knew this was gonna be in my top 10 at least because it's Billie Eilish. She's genuinely one of my favorite artists of all time. But Hit Me Hard and Soft is to the point. It's 10 tracks, really short. I feel like it's Billie and Finneas at their peak as well. Billie's vocals are at her best. I mean, The Greatest, she went crazy on. Finneas, with his production, it's just a lot cooler, lots of synths, lots of beat changes throughout the songs, and it was incredible, really good. Favorite track, Greatest. Next we have Radiohead, next we have The Smile, Wall of Eyes. And it has possibly my favorite song of the year so far, Bending Hectic. I remember hearing that for the first time. I almost shed a tear of how beautiful it was. I just love the slow vibe that it has, and then just explodes in the very end. It's beautiful, it's amazing, but there's so many other good songs on here. I mean, it's only 8 tracks, but Wall of Eyes is good. Read the Room, and when it did right. Beth Gibbons, even years after, she still delivers like crazy. Saying the production is so experimental, and that's what I really love about it. That's probably my favorite thing about this album. Vocals are great. I mean, it's Beth Gibbons. Obviously, it's gonna be good. My favorite song on here, it's either Reaching Out or Burden of Life. Burden of Life is the example of that weird instrumental, weird production choices that she makes. Definitely worth a listen. We're entering the top 5 now. Number 5, we have Knowledge, Anderson .Paak, aka No Worries, Wylod. This was a trip, man. 19 tracks. I really thought they weren't gonna be able to stay that consistent, but they managed to do that. Anderson's vocals are fucking awesome. I mean, it's Anderson. There's so many great features as well. We have Earl Sweatshirt, Thundercat. So my favorite tracks on here, it's either Keep Her or Walk On By, because the Earl feature is just too good. I really need to get this on vinyl. It is a great like hip hop R&B-ish album. Number 4, we have Cindy Lee with Diamond Jubilee. I didn't want to listen to this album because it is long as fuck. It's 32 tracks, a double-sided album. But man, like when I went out of my day to listen to it, it was so fucking worth it. It really gives like oldies vibes, like the 1970s. But no, this shit came out this year. So beautiful. I don't know how Cindy manages to stay so consistent for that long of an album, man. Album cover is fucking beautiful as well. That might be my second favorite cover of this year. I feel like the Joanna Wayne cover is my favorite. I can't describe how good this shit is. Favorite tracks, All I Want Is You is one of my favorite songs ever. And Diamond Jubilee is a really good intro as well. Please listen to it. It's not on streaming, unfortunately, but you could definitely buy it on her website or listen to it on YouTube. Charlie XCX, Brat. This is the album of the summer. I've been listening to Charlie since Fancy came out, and she just doesn't miss, doesn't she? It's really Charlie at her best. The writing is really good, but it's also really dark for a dance pop type of album. This album is damn near 10. I'm just gonna say that right now. Sympathy Is a Knife is really good. That's probably my favorite one. I'm also looking at Von Dutch right there because I forgot how good that one is. Manages to be sad, great, fun, danceable. This album is really just a whole bunch of mixed feelings. Fucking great. Charlie XCX really outdid herself. Number 2, we have JPEG Mafia, I Lay My Life Down For You. Guys, this album just came out 2 days ago, but holy shit, this might be his best work. So experimental. I mean, JPEG, that's all JPEG Mafia is, but this is like the most creative album he's put out so far, in my opinion. The production choices are so weird, but it's so good. Don't Rely on Other Men was my favorite one on here. The album version is super good too. The Wu-Tang sample and the Denzel Curry collab with JPEG Ultra. I mean, Vengeance is my favorite song on Taboo, so I knew I was going to love JPEG Ultra, either on or off drugs. That sample, I wish I can listen to this song for the first time again. It fucking blew me away. It is beautiful. The fucking guitar, like, that plays in the middle of the song might be top 3 of the year for me. Like, it's that fucking good. I genuinely think Peggy peaked right here. I feel like the more that time passes by, it might end up being a 10 out of 10. This is already like a very strong 9 for me. So my favorite album of the year so far is Quadeca, Scrapyard. There's just something about Scrapyard for me that just instantly clicked with me. Seriously, every single song here is back-to-back fucking banger. Production here is fucking crazy. Like, these are really just throwaways. I really love them. Like, I feel like it has some of Quadeca's best stuff on here. For example, Dust Cutter. Close your eyes, please don't leave me out. No! The end part of Even If I Tried is so fucking good. And You Don't Know Me Like That is my favorite Quadeca song of all time. Texas Blue is awesome. It has a great Kevin Abstract feature. They are a really good duo. This is really random, but one person I want Quadeca to work with is Underscores. Those two would make something masterpiece worthy. This just came in the other day. The Scrapyard Black Vinyl. It's just been so beautiful seeing Quadeca grow into the person he is now. It was just YouTube rapper. That was all they ever saw of Ben. I saw the potential, man, and he proved me right. Ever since Sisyphus came out, I was like, this guy's gonna make it. Scrapyard is nothing short but a masterpiece in my opinion. Every single song is fucking fun. It's fucking great. His writing is awesome, and he's really just creating his own genre, his own style. Can't wait for Vanisher. This album to me is a 10. It's a 10 out of 10. Definitely check it out. Listen to I Didn't Mean to Haunt You because that's his album. This is a mixtape. Haunt You is a beautiful fucking album itself. Yeah, those are my top 15 albums